Just getting straight into it. Damian Lillard to the Bucks. I didn't expect it.
I expected it.
We did talk about it at one point.
It made sense,
but it still was just crazy.
Yeah, there was like a lot of like, I don't know if this is the right word, radio silence. To be honest, we didn't hear anything about it for like a month and a half.
It just because there was nothing happening. It was ridiculous.
He couldn't get anything done.
Yeah, and we're definitely getting into that. I put some extra topics for that specifically. Yeah. It's going to be a crazy. I mean, there's not much to say really. We're going to get into more specifics, but campaign is also on the Bucks now. Just wanted to throw that in there since we're talking about the Bucks. Really good addition. I'll give him that. Really, really good bench piece. We had him starting, right?
I didn't like it.
We had him starting, correct? If I'm right.
Only when
for a decent amount. Yeah, so for a decent chunk. But I really think
most of the season
he could be. He could be a solid bench piece. So I rock with it. Getting into. Because of this trade, getting into our top 5 league duos for this year. We're just going to cover some NBA stuff. So, I started off with the new obvious. I feel like yours is probably the same. Giannis and Dame, number 1.
I agree. I also had Giannis and Dame.
It's unstoppable. And then who do you have for number 2?
I have Durant and Booker second.
I also do have Durant and Booker. And then number 3, Murray and Jokic. Or who do you have?
I forgot about Murray and Jokic.
Okay, who do you have then?
I had LeBron and AD.
Okay, that's for sure fair.
Now that I'm redoing this list, I'm just going to make
Murray Jokic number 3. Yeah, that's fair.
4.
Oh, wow.
I still think LeBron and AD.
They are a crazy
better duo.
This is a lot of recency bias.
Yeah, I have to see more out of Jamal Murray. I think he's great, but I don't know. Like, to say he's better, them combined is better.
Yeah, no, I agree. That's totally fair. I'll give you that. I mean, like,
clearly Jokic is better than LeBron.
Jokic is best player in the league.
AD in the world. AD is better than Jamal Murray to this point. So, I mean.
Yeah. And then number 4, I had Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown.
That's who my 4 was before I replaced it.
And then my 5 was LeBron and AD.
Okay.
Who was yours?
My 5 would be Tatum and Brown.
Okay.
I was also
very similar.
Harden, like in.
That is a good one.
Harden's going to play this year.
I don't think he's going to play for the Clippers this year.
Before I forgot about Jokic and Murray, I had like.
That's fair, actually. I didn't think about them at all.
I don't think Harden's going to play.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I think
he's going to force it.
I think it crossed my mind, but I think I thought about them not playing as well.
Yeah. I think at this point, like, I hadn't heard anything about it, but then he, like, put out, like, a complaint, like, yesterday.
Yeah, I did see that. So I don't know what's going to happen there, really. Did you drink your whole Gatorade already?
I did.
Getting into, I just wanted to kind of highlight the top 5 league duos, get a TikTok and Instagram reel out of this, as I'm milking content. We need more views. We need more followers.
Get a video out every day, Louis.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, these are all going up. The clickbaits are going to take a while to make. But getting back into the NBA trade, I put, what does this mean for Suns, Bucks, and Blazers, and who won? We'll just go ahead and start with the Suns, because I need to get that off my chest. Why did we get involved? There was no reason.
The owner put it out, like, he was like, Nurkic is a better fit.
No, he's not.
And he's not. I mean, he's not athletic.
He sucks, honestly.
He's not.
I mean, I'm not going to say he's the worst player in the league, but he's terrible.
He's solid, but he's not better than Ayton, even at his worst.
And people are saying that now, too. People are trying to come out and say that Nurkic is a better fit and player than Ayton, and that's...
The only way you could argue fit is that he isn't a scorer.
Yeah, which isn't a good thing, honestly.
Isn't necessarily a good thing to not have a big in the paint that can score. It's not good.
I know. And Ayton was finding his mid-range as well, honestly.
He can't even dunk. Like, he can barely dunk.
I know.
And people...
And he's pretty injury-prone as well, isn't he?
Yeah, very.
Yeah, so...
People already complained about Ayton not dunking enough, and Ayton had, like...
I know. What are Suns fans expecting from Nurkic that we didn't get from Ayton?
I don't know if they expect him to be an all-star.
We literally downgraded for nothing. We got nothing out of that trade. We got 2 decent bench pieces. I'll give them that. I mean, Keon Johnson, I think, right?
Johnson. And he's athletic, but he's not even going to be rotational.
No, he's not going to be on our roster in the playoffs if we make it. So, when we make it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's all I have for the Suns. I'm disappointed.
Grayson Allen is solid. I mean, he's good.
But I did forget about Grayson Allen. Yeah, I'll give him that. Grayson Allen is a really, really good bench piece.
I mean,
I don't like him
solid,
personally, but I think he'll be a good player for the team.
Like, you're telling me really all we got out of that was
I know.
and Grayson Allen. A Grayson Allen that just got him, wasn't very important to that Bucks team either.
No, not real. I wouldn't say so. I would think
like
if we got Brook Lopez, I'd be like, oh, this trade was amazing.
Yeah, it would be great if we got Brook.
But we got Grayson Allen. We could have gotten Brook Lopez.
I mean, I was
honestly.
in 5th period and I became upset when I.
Yeah, I know. I had a bad day the rest of the day.
It ruined my day. Yeah.
For the Bucks, they got Damian Lillard paired up with Giannis.
And I mean, all they really sent was
nothing.
2 first-round picks, a pick swap for 2029 that won't mean much.
I know, it's absolutely ridiculous.
Because I mean,
the draft classes are just going more downhill every year. I think. I mean, there is a lot of talent on the way from NBA players' sons.
Yeah,
but that's going to be before 2029. I feel like a lot of the good talent. I'm not saying there's going to be no talent in that draft.
I think guys it's too early to call whether or not drafts are going to be really bad over the coming years.
Yeah.
But, I mean, there's nobody that's been really exciting in recent years. But to be fair, the guys that are super exciting in high school and stuff never really do much.
No.
I mean,
yeah, I know. We saw that.
To give an exception, but I mean,
there isn't one
that comes to mind is Zion. Not good at this point.
I'm really big on Zion.
Yeah, I know you are.
No, this is his make it or break it season for even me though.
Yeah,
and I'm a huge Zion.
I was actually thinking about this.
He looks good right now, physical shape.
If there was a situation this year that Cleveland trades,
Mitch, get Zion.
Oh my Zion swap would be kind of interesting.
I mean, yeah, it's a good young team already, and adding Zion, if he plays, would be insane.
For a guy that's on an expiring contract, I feel like Cleveland might even take that 1-for-1.
Yeah,
at that point. Especially if the season's going downhill, they'll take that.
Yeah, and I think Zion wants out of New Orleans. Yeah, this is his last contract year. He could easily show out and get his value up and go to a good team.
I mean, Charlotte comes to mind.
Yeah, we've talked about this a ton. I really hope that happens.
Big. I mean, them and the Knicks, I guess.
Yeah,
are really what comes to mind. But
I mean, Heat didn't get anything this offseason. He could make a run for him as well.
It would be interesting, but I'd
pair him with Adebayo and Butler.
We were talking about this
crazy trio.
Them blowing it up after this year.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was actually looking into this too. If they blow it up, the biggest landing spot for Bam Adebayo is probably OKC.
Yeah. We were talking about that earlier. That'd be crazy, dude.
I feel like that's a perfect fit.
Yeah, it is really.
I mean, they need not a ball dominant center, a rebound,
just a good center. He
can score.
He's he's not the best center, but he's a perfect center. Really, he plays everything.
I mean, he's a real
hustle, defense, rebound, scoring.
Undersized.
The 2000 center.
I mean, we were comparing him to Ben Wallace.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is fair. I mean,
defensive.
No, but he's good defensively.
Can get rebounds. I mean,
yeah. Charlie. And then,
otherwise, I mean, he's no Andre Drummond. No. Also talking about Andre Drummond earlier.
Sam. But Blazers, they kind of. And then I would say they got as much as they could have. Really,
especially since they traded away Drew Holiday right after.
Yeah. So I mean,
I would say
I don't want to talk about them too much, honestly, but they're going to be a good young team.
Picks wise, I feel like they got less than what I was expecting, especially with deals like
for sure,
Gobert, which I mean was just a horrible deal.
Yeah,
but I mean even Cleveland sent quite a bit for Mitch.
Yeah,
I mean
trades are just they're just such an easy asset to throw into a trade
reset. To be honest,
yeah, it is.
I feel like teams are starting to value picks again.
They are.
Not over the past 4 years where every star deserved 5 first-round picks.
Yeah, I agree.
It was kind of weird.
And then I put who won. I feel like it's obvious. The Bucks won this trade.
Yeah, the Bucks won the trade, but
Suns had the worst 3-way trade in history.
Yeah,
there isn't.
I mean, it was.
This could come back and kill us. Honestly,
it could be really bad.
No way,
especially if Portland makes the playoffs or something.
No, I'm talking about the Suns. Us talking so bad about the Suns swap.
And then
it could come back to hurt us, but that's not
really solid. But I wouldn't care. No. I still think Ayton's potential.
Yeah, Ayton's potential is insane.
Even if Nurkic was really solid, I still wouldn't like that trade.
No, me neither, honestly. And then you already kind of mentioned it. Drew Holiday to the Celtics. Not much to say. They got a more improved Marcus Smart. Yeah. They're still not scary.
Yeah,
that's all I really have to say about that. And then, yeah, getting into why Miami had the worst offseason in the league. Let's break it down.
Yeah, okay.
They lost, what, 2 or 3 key pieces to making the finals?
I wouldn't say, like, super key, but, I mean, they were
in the playoffs, yes. Not
pieces.
in the...
I mean,
not in the regular season. Gabe Vincent. They lost... I think there's one more that I'm forgetting, but regardless, those are...
Kyle Lowry even on the team anymore?
I'm not sure. He didn't play a huge role, though, honestly.
He doesn't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
He just takes up contract space.
Yeah, but...
takes up space.
I mean, they were very key pieces, and now they made the Lakers a lot better with Gabe Vincent, in my opinion. And
I'm not super high on Gabe Vincent, but I don't think...
he's really good.
I think he's solid. I mean, he's a good bench piece.
And on top of getting rid of a bunch of their key players, they got nothing waiting for Dame. They were waiting for Dame all season, all off season. And they didn't even get him.
Just wasted time. They didn't do anything in free agency because they expected to have to
I know
contract.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
It really did backfire, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's gonna show during the season. I don't even think they'll make the play-ins this season.
They shouldn't have invested that much time into getting him if they knew that whatever they were.
If they knew there was a chance he wouldn't go there, like unless you know 100% for certain he's going to your team, then go ahead and do whatever.
After like 3 weeks of hearing absolutely nothing, I knew it was done. He was going to end up somewhere else, or he was going to stay.
I figured they were just waiting until the season was closer to sign him or something, but
I mean,
they played it bad.
I think, to be honest, they never had the trade value.
Yeah, no, they did not. They were trying to give Duncan Robinson and Tyler Hero and picks. Like, it would have never worked. Unless they gave up Bam or Jimmy, I don't think they were getting Dame.
Yeah.
And that would have ruined the whole point of the contract.
Drew Holiday is significantly better than Tyler Hero. And especially, not trade value-wise,
I would say
somewhat
overall,
similar,
though.
But he is
way better.
More important piece to building a team.
Yeah, and I mentioned this earlier, too, when we were arguing with the dudes in the group chat. I think if Hero played, they wouldn't have even won the play-in or any of the playoff games. I feel like he would have made the team go on a decline.
That's hard to say.
All the role players had to step up big time after who was supposed to be the starter went down. All the role players stepped up. They wouldn't have done that if they weren't starting.
And then, I mean, you have other problems now. Jimmy Butler's emo.
That was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was really funny.
I'll probably put that as the thumbnail for this video.
For him, I guess.
I know. I was thinking that last year. I was so confused with the long dreadlocks and stuff, but this year I kind of realized he's just gonna start being funny on media day.
Do you think that
I wonder what next year is gonna be?
NBA on TNT is gonna start using his 2K picture again?
I hope so. That'd be funny. It'd be funnier to see an emo dude in the beginning lineups, though. And then moving on to the last NBA topic. How much time is this? Okay, we got through NBA fairly quick. It might end up being under an hour.
We might close it up and keep it the same length, to be honest.
Yeah. Suns' next move, I put in quotations or whatever. I put center, because what else do we need? We've talked a lot about this already.
Moves, I think, honestly, the Suns are done with moves until at least, deadline.
I know. I hate to say that, though, because we need more moves.
Unless players, step it up and, increase their value.
Which they can't really.
Assets-wise, we don't really have much. We don't have picks.
Yeah. I still think that we could... I would get and start Christian Wood over Nurkic, in my opinion.
Well, I mean, Christian Wood is...
He hasn't been the best, for sure, but he's...
Well, I mean, we're not going to get Christian Wood right now.
No, but I wish we
should have went after him.
Yeah.
Especially because, I mean...
He just sent a trade, though. Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, I forgot he went to Lakers. Yeah, Lakers had the best offseason. I'll just throw that out there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, who else, though? Really, what could we do if we wanted to?
I think we're probably done for the year.
That's unfortunate.
Not for the year, but at least midway through the season.
Yeah.
I'm not that worried about Nurkic, but I mean,
if he just plays defense and rebounds, I guess I'll be fine.
If he's going to be our starting center, then we have to have somebody off the bench that can rebound.
Yeah.
Really well. I'm talking we need to bring in Andre Drummond.
Yeah. I think we should. Since we're talking about Suns' next move, we could pick up Drummond or we could pick up Dwight.
Well,
I think Dwight Howard
would be a great
crazy pickup.
I don't know if
I think he's going to the Warriors. Honestly, I feel like he's going to end up signing with the Warriors. I don't know why.
I think the Warriors are going to be he wants to sign with a real contender, and I don't think that's going to be the team for him.
I know. I don't know why. I have such a weird feeling he's going there.
He has, in my book, he still has a higher chance of signing with like Sacramento.
I was thinking the Kings as well. I think
mean, Sacramento.
Kings.
He hasn't met with Phoenix, so
no. Kings, Warriors, Suns, Clippers would be ideal landing spots for him.
I mean, even he could go back to the Lakers.
Even OKC, actually, really.
I mean,
he doesn't need a big contract.
But I don't really see them. Oh, he's going to sign with minimum on any.
Yeah.
Probably or close to.
Yeah.
Veteran minimum, I guess.
So. He's still solid too.
If he signed with OKC, I don't think he'd sign for minimum.
No,
he wants to play for a real contender. Like
that makes sense, honestly.
I mean, even Celtics come to mind.
Oh, that's true. That'd be Milwaukee. A pretty crazy center core.
I mean,
Milwaukee could work.
He could go to Miami if he wanted to play like power forward hybrid.
Yeah, not now. Forward. I wouldn't think now he would though, just because I feel like they're out of the contention at this point.
I don't think they're out of contention.
I think finals contention 100%. They're out.
Finals, yeah.
Playoffs, probably. I think maybe play-in. I don't even think they're gonna make play-in.
Really?
I think they're gonna have a bad season.
You really?
Who's gonna? A horrible season? Who's gonna do what? Jimmy Butler and Bam. That's not enough. The team.
I think that's the top.
I just think the teams now are ridiculously overpowered to keep up with. For
the top
that
end teams are overpowered.
And like I said, he had a bad offseason.
See how that plays out because I don't even know. Because I mean, of course, Dame and Giannis, like on paper, sounds insane, but we haven't seen them on court.
Yeah.
I mean, Dame's used to being ball dominant, scoring.
I was thinking that two ball dominant people is. Like, people keep talking about the Suns' ball dominance, but why is no one mentioning Dame and Giannis?
Dame and Giannis have probably the worst ball dominance issue I'm going to see in a while. I'm not going to say, like, they're going to be horrible because of that.
No, I don't think so either, but I don't think the Suns are either, but everyone else is saying that.
Giannis is going from being, like, the only players on his team. I mean, he would take up the ball himself almost every single possession. You could probably bring up that stat, and I made that up, but in
he did a lot of the
moments, he takes the ball up.
Mm-hmm.
He's
the only clutch player on that team.
He's the one that moves the ball around the most.
Yeah.
I mean, the ball's in his hands almost every possession.
It is every possession.
Not all possessions. Yeah. I mean,
it is going to be weird to see how he adjusts of anyone in the league.
Pass out to Chris Middleton.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, that's all he ever had to do, and now you're going to bring in a ball-dominant point guard.
Yeah.
Who isn't used to having to pass to anybody besides people on the
because he couldn't.
And even then, he didn't really have a great, like, three-point shooting team. So,
no.
I mean...
Yeah, and
in the past few years, he's had only young guys. So he was shooting even more, putting up 60 points, like, 4 times this season. I mean, he had 71 last year.
And it's quite literally the exact same argument with KD and Beal.
Yeah.
KD is Giannis in the situation, and Beal is Dame in the situation. Beal comes from a crappy team where he didn't have to pass because he couldn't.
Yeah.
Dame comes from a crappy team.
We saw Beal in the system with Russ.
Yeah.
Where they moved the ball around
and it worked perfect. And people are still trying to bring it up like he can't pass.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. Like, we have a ball dominance.
I mean, Beal looked great in a role where he literally just caught the ball in the corner and shot.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what he's going to need to do. I think Book is going to take the ball up most of the time, and that's what he's going to be doing anyway.
Yeah, I think ball dominance could be an issue, but I think if you're going to call it an issue for us, you got to point out the Bucks too.
Yeah.